things pop.
There we go.
Yep, just it.
Because I hit it and I didn't see anything, and I'm like, did that really hit record? So at least now we're recording.
Yeah, it now has a little red blinky light
Oh
in the
my
corner
goodness.
saying we are
We
recording.
are so technologically advanced. Oh my
We
gosh.
are. Well, and technically this is episode 25 for me for the Valley Voice with Jessica Self. So lucky number 25.
I like it. I'll take 25. 25 is good.
It
I mean,
is. It is.
I would not want to be 26 is all I'm saying, following me as the guest. Whoever you got for 26, bless their heart.
I know, I know. How can that even compete? That's all right. It's all right. So, yeah, I'm excited. Like we can I say that I just had a
Yeah.
private viewing?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yes, I am so excited for you to come into town in a couple weeks and premiere your world premiere
World premiere.
documentary. So, I would like I kind of, how I do my podcasts. I usually have people on here, right, who are in the valley, and they're doing things in the valley. Now, you are not in the valley currently. Your background says otherwise, but
Right. And in today, if it's on social media, it's fact. So that's all that matters.
exactly. But I do want to give, the people listening, like, where are you from? Where did you grow up?
I am from a small town called Massillon, Ohio,
Okay.
and I lived there for the first 40 years of my life. And then now I am residing in Florida, which is
Mm-hmm.
kind of crazy for me. But, my heart is, if I could, I would be living where you live. I mean,
I
I
know.
love going out there. I've been going out there since 2015. That was the first time I ever
Right.
went. And, I filmed the whole experience and it just meant so much to me. So, I
Yeah.
like to think I'm one of your townsfolk in my heart.
Well, I know you do, and that's why we're chatting. And you were out here in 2015 because you're one of the you were in that higher echelon of extreme Twin Peaks fans. So, which is pretty awesome. I I'm just wondering, did you watch Twin Peaks when it first aired?
Yes, I started in the summer of 1990.
Okay.
So they were rerunning it. So I didn't see it in April 1990, but then they did a rerun that
Mhm.
June, and I started then. So I started in 1990 and watched it all the way through, through the cancellation that broke my heart. I was there when Firewalk with Me played in theaters in August of 92,
Mhm.
and I was there when Showtime played it in 2017 and all the things in between. But I never went out to the Snoqualmie North Bend area, even though in 92 I was invited to the premiere
Oh, okay.
and I still don't know how they got my address. They got my parents' address. It came and they had that whole that first fan festival
Yeah.
in 92, and I just could not believe you could go, and I just didn't have the money. I was 22 years
Oh,
old. The
yeah.
idea of flying from Ohio to Washington State might as well have been the moon. I didn't
Exactly.
go to 2015. It took me
Okay.
that long to get the nerve to actually go, and then once I went, it literally changed my entire life. Like, no joke. I mean, that's when
Yeah.
I started to become a writer. I quit my day job. Like, everything in my life changed because I went out there.
That is amazing. Well, I mean, as you know, I mean, and not just because of Twin Peaks not making, showcasing the Snoqualmie Valley in this way that's magical. It is magical. Like you are here, and it's not just because it's in a show. Numbers of
No.
movies, like it literally is a magical location, and you felt it. I mean, you came and you got that Snoqualmie Valley bug.
I did, and I've gone back every single year, at least once a year, except 2020. That was the only year I haven't gone, and
Wow.
many times twice a year. And it's
Okay.
just so funny that I waited
I
until
know.
I was 45 years old. Yeah, I was 45 the first time I went. I was
Hmm.
just petrified to go. It was almost like I knew if I went, everything was going to change. And I know that makes me sound like a crazy Twin Peaks fan, but maybe I
No.
am a crazy Twin Peaks fan.
Well, I mean, you maybe were thinking like, I don't know, is it as great in person? Am I going to ruin the show for me? But then it went opposite land, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is just so much more amazing than I could have ever experienced. Why didn't I do this sooner? I have a feeling
Yeah,
you probably felt like that when you came to town.
I did. And I just met, it was the people, meeting the people, and
Hmm.
everyone was so kind. And then my dreams didn't feel so weird anymore. You
Right.
know, I mean, I met all
Yeah.
these artists, and then I was like, why? I was answering phones at a cable company. What am I
Hmm.
doing? That's not what
Yeah.
I should be doing. That's not my personality. And so all of it really changed. So I don't know. I
That's
love that town.
wild. That was the turning point.
Yes.
Literally came out here, and then you're just like, boom,
Yes.
midlife crisis done.
Yeah. I mean, it really is the truth.
Oh, that's so amazing. Well, and I it's so hard to portray how incredible the Snoqualmie Valley is. From I know most of what we do with the real Twin Peaks events and any sort of Twin Peaks happenings, are primarily centralized in Snoqualmie and North Bend, and we know that there are other filming locations that are, Falls City. There's one in Carnation, clearly into Seattle, but it is, and not just because it's Twin Peaks, but it's really trying to get people to come out to the Snoqualmie Valley and really experience everything it has to offer. And what is amazing is when you do have someone who, I mean, I feel like with the Twin Peaks fans, there are some that are like you. And what we experienced,
Are there some like me? Are you sure there's other ones?
close, maybe close, like close to you. But then even last year at the Real Twin Peaks that we just had, I mean, there were just brand new fans that I swear had literally, they even said, like, I just watched it last week and I want to be part of this. That this area is so cool. And and there's just something magical about this area. And obviously David Lynch realized that too, right? So but my thing is the fact that not everybody knows, I mean, a lot of people do, but not everybody knows that you had this amazing opportunity this last time, to work at a special place. And so I'd love for you to talk about your experience of, working at the magical place of, well, in real life, it's Tweed's Cafe. So I would love for you to kind of talk a little bit about your experience and how that sparked the interest in you to creating a documentary.
Well, basically, because I had been going out there for a decade, on these weekends, Tweeds is so busy.
Oh yeah,
And,
very.
you wait forever for a table, you wait to get your food, you wait to get your check. And,
Mhm.
these are not complaints because no one is angry about this
No.
because everyone's having the time of their life while they're there and everyone's nice. And,
Yes.
these are not complaints. But, I would look around and think they need help during this week. But how could you hire someone to help and then fire them?
Mhm.
You couldn't. Like, how are you
No.
going to just have someone
I
come
mean, you
in?
could, but it would suck.
Well, yeah, it's not going to be a good look in the town for the
Yeah.
rest of the year for you. Unless you could find some stooge who would just come in here and help for the weekend. So I've actually been wanting to do this for a while, but I finally pitched it to Rachel the year before, and she gave me like little jobs to sort of help. And I was like, no, 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 you don't understand. I really want to work.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm not saying,
Real
because,
life.
she was like, oh, do you want to host? And like, when people come in, you could kind of be an ambassador for the fans. And I was like, no, 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 no. I want to bust the tables. I want to slice the cherry pie. I want to pour and make the coffee. I want to work.
Hmm.
And so I finally convinced her that. And so I did come out in 2026 for 6 days. I worked as a busboy,
Hmm.
left my publishing company behind, put the out of office to my authors and said, "You're on your own for 6 days. I got coffee to pour." And so, in doing so, Brian Cursor, who is a much bigger Twin Peaks fan than I'll ever be, he is the ultimate Twin Peaks fan. He said, "Do you care if I film you working there and make a documentary about you working there?" And I said, "If Rachel's okay with it, I'm okay with it." And then one day before I was supposed to go, he said, "I can't come." And
Right.
I had I'd been thinking about it, and I'd even filmed some pre-work on it
Okay.
to help him. And so I just thought, well, Rachel already said we could film, so why don't I
Yes.
just film some stuff?
Yeah.
And I didn't get a lot of footage, but when I could, I tried to get footage of me doing certain tasks.
Right.
Once I got home and I started working on the documentary, I was so mad at myself. I thought, why didn't I film more? Why didn't I say, "Hey, hold, can you film me doing this? Can I get a shot of this? Can I get one of those?" But luckily, I had an insider in town, and you helped me get a couple shots that I really needed afterwards, which make the documentary much better. There's some establishing shots and some normal things that you have in a documentary that helps make it more of a movie.
Gotta have some normalcy, I guess.
Yeah. So that's really how it came to be. I just wanted
Yeah.
to share the experience because just like that first time when I went out there and it changed my life, um, I am an author and I am a publisher and I get to
Right.
do a lot of really cool things. And social media is not real life. But
Correct.
from a social media point of view, my life looks really awesome. But running a print media company in a time of digital is
Yeah.
actually quite horrible, to be honest with you. My days are mostly filled with fighting with Apple and Amazon and these huge corporations that couldn't care less about me. I'm
Oh,
just the littlest, we're just a little company. And especially right when I was going out there, like nothing good was going on for me in
no.
professional, like running the business. And
Yeah.
I go out there, and for 6 days, when someone said, "Can you refill this coffee?" I took the pot in my own hand, I poured it in the cup, and they drank it, and it worked. There was
You're
no
like, I
Bluetooth
did something
connection.
amazing.
Yeah, like there was no, "Oh, that didn't upload right. You got to fill out a form."
Right.
All these things that happen in running my business, I did everything with my own hands. I wasn't on my phone all day. I wasn't checking email. It was I felt like a human for the first time in a really, really long time.
Well, which was neat too. I mean, yes, you're working this job that you haven't done something like this. It's a completely opposite of what you do daily. But it wasn't just making and pouring the coffee either. Like you're at Tweeds. It's over a weekend where there's just like the place is full of so many fans, and then some locals and regulars who also, which blow my mind sometimes, are clueless to Twin Peaks.
Right.
And they're looking around like, why are people dressed up? What's going on? Um, I think what was great is you're not only pouring coffee, you're also able to have some conversations with the fans. So, yes, this whole possible ambassador thing, that clearly, I mean, you couldn't help but be like that too, right?
Well, it is, someone, I forget now who just said this to me. I was doing an interview and they
Uh-huh.
said, "Well, it probably felt like a performance to you to be there all day." And I was like, "Oh no, that's actually me. That's that's actually not a performance. I'm actually that crazy in real life. That's just who I am.
That
I
is true. That's a true
that
story.
is my personality. I don't know how to behave. I don't know how to, like, I loved interacting with those
Mhm.
customers and playing and, living in the moment. That's my
Yeah.
favorite thing.
Well, and yeah, and also, I mean, clearly I feel from, I've only kind of got to know you these last, couple years, which I'm very
Mhm.
happy I have. But like, you don't, to me, seem to take things too seriously.
Yeah.
And that's lovely. That's that's good. And I think you working with the kids too. I mean, they're kids. Some aren't even 18.
Right.
I feel like they kind of saw that, and I think that you probably like feel like you had moments of them being a little uptight at first, and then you probably saw them kind of melt and feel a little,
Oh, definitely. I mean, they
more to
really
themselves.
did in the beginning think, who is this guy and who does he think he is and whatever. And it sort of surprised me. I mean, I have four kids, so
Mhm.
I've been through the teenage. Like, I know how to talk to a teenager
Yeah,
because, they have an attitude that I love.
yeah,
Because I like, the thing about teenagers is they don't want anything fake. Everything about being an adult is about faking it and not being embarrassed and all the things I'm not interested in. So I can
totally.
get around and roll around in a conversation with Mateo and make fun of his silverware and, all those things. Like it was so much fun. I
That's
loved it.
I'm so glad. Well, let's tell everybody the name of your movie, your documentary.
Yeah, it's
That
called The Double R Dream.
yes.
And it is playing at the North Bend Theater on August 13th.
Mhm.
It's having its world premiere
World premiere in North Bend, Washington.
at 7 o'clock, August 13th. Then throughout that weekend, on the 14th, they're showing Mulholland Drive. On the 15th, they're showing Fire Walk with Me, and I'm going to be introducing Fire Walk with Me and reading from my book. I have a book about Fire Walk with Me where I interviewed Laura Palmer and many other people. So I'll read a little bit about that. And then
Oh,
on the
great.
16th, they're playing The Missing Pieces. So they're having a whole weekend and it's kicking off with my documentary. And then Brian Cursor edited together a tribute to Pat Coquell that's going to play there as well, who used to own the diner. And my documentary is also dedicated to Pat. Did you know Pat or is she before your time?
I did not know Pat. So yes, before my time. I was there at the beginning portion of the Double R sign night at
Hmm.
the theater, but I wasn't able to come that night, or else I would have met you back
Yeah.
during that, whole event and everything. So I'm sad I was not at that event, but I know. No, it's going to be pretty amazing. And, Beth over at the theater, she always tries to have some pretty amazing weekend over the anniversary of, Fire Walk with Me. And what year is that again? The anniversary for Fire Walk with Me this year?
It will be 34.
Okay.
34. Next year is the big 3-5.
Yep.
My book came out for the 30th anniversary. And, I went to see Firewalk with Me in my little old Massillon, Ohio. There was like 7 people in there in 1992. I always tell this story. I'm sure I'll tell it before I introduce it, but everyone I went with hated the movie. They all
So,
stood out in the parking lot and just crapped all over the movie. I
yeah.
mean, just hate
Yeah.
it. And I didn't say one word. I thought there's something wrong with me. Like, I think this is my favorite movie ever. And I snuck back in the middle of the week. I didn't tell any of my friends. I didn't tell my girlfriend. I just went in the day and saw it again by myself and loved it. And now a movie that I made is going to premiere in the same theater that Fire Walk with Me premiered that same year, that same time, when I
Yep.
was too afraid to speak my mind or to say, like, I don't know, I think this is a movie about depression and abuse. And I think we just saw a piece of art that is going to
Hmm.
change the world. I didn't have that confidence as
Oh, yeah.
a 20 something college kid with a bunch
Yeah.
of people that are making fun of a theater.
Oh,
And now what is happening? Like my movie's going to premiere in the same place. It is insane to me. I will thank Beth forever. I keep thanking her and she's like, no, we want to help. And I'm like, but you don't understand what this means to me. Like
oh.
it's too hard for that little kid to imagine that this is happening.
Yeah. And it's happening just like you when you showed up in 2015 for your first time. It happened.
I
and,
know,
you,
it's so crazy.
and your life changed. So we'll see what kind of life-changing moment happens after Thursday, August 13th. I feel like there's going to be something
You think?
because of this. I do. I don't know what
A
the heck it's
lawsuit?
going
Do
to
you think it'll be a lawsuit?
be. No, I don't think it'll be a negative thing.
Oh, it'll be a good thing. Oh, okay.
I hope it's a good thing. I have a good feeling about it.
Since you are one of three human beings on the planet who have seen the documentary, because
Yes.
I've not shown people, I'm saying you got to wait because I really
Yep.
think you need to see it with an audience. But give us your review since you're one of the few who have seen it.
Yeah, I definitely going into it, I was like, okay, I'm like, what kind of footage did you get? Like my beginning part was like, I knew how serious you took working there. And I was like, I did not see you with your camera out getting video and stuff. And I'm kind of like, what did he put together? Like, what's this gonna be? And I knew that, Rachel and I gave a little interview stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how he's gonna use it. And um then watching it, like it is so good. I think I was like laughing the whole time, but not in like a fun way. And then it was kind of like I personally, it's like I recognized like almost everybody in all of the videos and photos that you have in it, and it was just so fun seeing all of the people who are, the fans that come into town for the weekend, the people who are local, who work there. I feel like you did an amazing job, and I'm super excited to see it on the big screen. So I think people need to see it, whether, I mean, clearly the Twin Peaks fans, but even, people who were there for Real Twin Peaks weekend, especially, and anyone who's literally a Tweed's Cafe fan, like you really showcased them well. So I don't know. That's my review. I'm
Thank you
excited
so
though.
much.
I think you did so well, and what you put together and who you put in your documentary, I think just you melded together a beautiful art piece. So I'm
Thank you
excited.
so much. That really means a lot to me. I think it's always hard. I've actually been making movies since I was 17 years old.
I love it.
So this is actually what I do more than being a writer. I've been doing this
Mhm.
my whole life. So the
And
first thing is it's kind of weird to tell people like, well, actually, this is my skill. So
yeah.
that's the first thing. And the second thing is when people think you're making something about Twin Peaks, they think it's going to be dark and moody and David Lynch, but that's not who I am. I'm a
Oh, I'm laughing
comedian.
the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to smile and enjoy it if they come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope just even the local people come out who are just kind of like, wait, what's going on this weekend in North End and the Valley, and come out and experience everything. So because this weekend is it's different than the real Twin Peaks, weekend. This
Right.
is the more of the fire walk with me weekend, just the celebration of more of David Lynch and everything around that. So I think this is appropriate to have the documentary and hopefully show it again next February 2027 during Real Twin Peaks. I think that'd be
Yeah,
great.
I think it will really play well there. And it's going to play in Chicago
Good. When in
in
Chicago?
September 20th, around
Okay.
there that weekend. Daniel Knox and I are doing a David Lynch sort of showcase in Chicago, and
Great.
we're going to show it there. Daniel Knox did the score of the documentary, and so and then I'm trying to get it in other David Lynch type sort of things because I think people
Love it.
will enjoy it.
I think
You
they
know,
will too.
yeah,
I know I did. So there you
good.
go.
Well, thank you for your help, and we have to thank
Yeah.
Rachel and Max. They were so generous to let me work there and to take a
Yeah.
chance on me because it could have gone badly. Like they
Oh,
didn't
it
know.
absolutely could have.
I mean,
I
so
know that was awesome. Well, like I honestly, yeah, I am glad it all worked out. That is for sure. No, I'm glad. I'm excited to see you actually in a couple weeks for the world premiere. And so, hopefully people are in town or local enough they can drive over, or if someone can just grab a last minute flight out here and yeah, that would be great too. So,
Yeah,
um,
tickets are on sale at the North Bend Theater. It's going to be a
yep.
fun evening. Like I said, you're going to see a little bit of Brian Cursor's documentary about more of the history of Tweeds, definitely a
Hmm.
more serious side, and
Right.
then um, my Double R Dream, and then a Q&A that Stephen Miller's going to host with me, Rachel, and Max. So that,
Yes.
come
And
out and
Rachel
ask
and
your
Max,
questions.
yeah, and I feel like we haven't completely said this for people who are listening who might not know anything. Rachel and Max own Tweets, so there we go.
Right. Yeah. They are the owners
These are
and
the
do
people
so
we're
much
saying.
work. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, they're amazing. Yes, I adore them.
and
And
take
I
care of the town. Like, forget about Twin Peaks. That was one of the things that I really noticed is they helped everyone.
oh yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, they're really, really good people, inspiring people.
they are. They are the perfect people to have purchased and have been running it for what is it, year 6 now, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing. I'm so happy they're yeah, I literally I don't think anyone else could do it better, honestly. And so
No.
that's, I think, saying a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind people, kind to get you far in life is all I gotta say.
Definitely. I mean, that's in all of my books. I end every one of my books preaching kindness. And I
I love
write a
it.
little thing about being kind because, in my experience, everything I've ever gotten, every advancement I've gotten it through being kind to someone and not, just making those relationships, which I think the documentary also has in it as well, is how I
Mhm.
got to here. Like each
Right,
thing leads to something else, We don't see it while we're going down the path, but
right.
looking backwards, all those connections and your kindness is going to pay off for you, not today because you had to talk with me, but I think in the rest of your life.
You're hilarious. Oh, I love it. Well, I'm excited to see you, and I'm excited to just get the word out about the documentary. So, and I hope even more people, are excited as I am, to see it. Yes, I saw it, but like I want to see it on the big screen, and I think people will really be missing out if they don't see it in a couple weeks.
Especially with an audience, I think
Yes,
it's going to play like it, you're going to have more fun than you probably imagine.
I'm excited. Eat
Well,
popcorn with it, and
I know. And support the North Bend Theater. So thank you
yeah.
so much. You've always been very kind to me, speaking of kindness. And so thanks for having me today. And now, am I
Thank
the
you.
first outside North Bend guest on your show?
I mean, technically, I had we did the history of Real Twin Peaks weekend and festival stuff. So clearly, I had a few people, from out of town on
Okay.
that. But as an actual podcast interview, yes, you are my first person that does not live here. But I feel like you have the hope to live here soon.
Oh, I do.
And you also tell everybody to come here. So that's a huge
That is
thing.
true. Yeah, I'm always promoting the events
Yeah.
and we almost moved there. It is true. It was close between Florida and here. COVID
Oh,
sort of
okay.
moved it. I had this, what
Yeah.
I wanted to do is I wanted us to move there for 1 year. I said, let's rent a house for a year before
Yeah.
we move for real. But then, you know, life happens and it didn't work out. But
Well, it still can work out at some
I think
point.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's great. I mean, personally, I think you're just as passionate or more passionate of the valley than even people who live here sometimes. So I feel like, I mean, again, your background is of the falls and Salish and everything. So it's great.
Basically, I am announcing my candidacy for mayor.
It's perfect. There you go.
This is where I chose to do it.
I love it. Well, and I chose to have this again at Snoqualmie Inn, so that's fabulous. Always
Yes.
thankful for Lori for letting me use this space because it's fabulous. I mean, look at this. I got to show you. I can turn this because we're on a
Hmm.
video. But
Oh,
here's like
wow.
the view, right? I can like
Look
look
at
out the
this.
window and stuff.
And you've
It's
got
so
the
cool.
big chairs and
Oh
everything.
yeah, the fancy
Wow.
chairs. It's
My
great. It's great.
gosh. I
It's
didn't
great.
realize you were so bougie. Wow.
Oh, it's so bougie. Not really. All right. Well, thank you so much. And
Thanks for
yeah,
having me.
yeah. And I'll chat with you super soon.
All right. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.